Well, good Tuesday evening. Meteorologist Kerry Cooper here. We'll take a tour of our cameras across southeast Texas. Some areas seeing more clouds than others, but certainly a lot of clouds expected tonight on our Roofing 911 Skycam network outside our 12 studios, sponsored by Mid-County Plumbing, and lots of clouds here in Beaumont. Been a few breaks in the clouds here and there. We started out this morning in the 50s across much of southeast Texas. It'll be a little bit warmer tonight. We'll be around 60 to 62 for lows. Could be a little bit of patchy ground fog in the morning. I don't expect it to be too bad though. We got enough clouds and the wind staying up enough. I think we should be okay as far as visibilities go. Up in Jasper, nice sunset there on our Roofing 911 Skycam network, sponsored by Pervalis. Some breaks in the clouds up there, but it's going to be mostly cloudy area wide. Lakes area, you got up into the 70s as well this afternoon after a morning low this morning in the 50s. Had a little bit of fog here and there this morning, but it wasn't terrible across the area. And looks like the warming trend will continue, not only for last couple of days, but all the way into Saturday before a cold front works in, which we'll talk about in just a moment. Let's head south to Port Arthur, our Roofing 911 Skycam network down in Port Arthur, sponsored by Market Basket. A lot of clouds down on the coastline as well. So there'll be a lot of clouds tonight. So it's not a big deal, most folks inside anyway, but a lot of clouds. Temperatures will be in the 60s for lows tonight, certainly warmer than it has been. Port Arthur, you got up into the 70-degree range for high temperatures across the area this afternoon. And that trend will continue to go up for temperatures over the next several days. That's for sure. With south winds continuing off the Gulf, temperatures will continue to slowly warm up. Now let's go to Orange in our Roofing 911 Skycam network. In Orange, sponsored by the Horseman's Western Store. Some breaks. These are low and mid-level clouds, some alto cumulus clouds there. You see some breaks in some of those, but they'll fill in overnight tonight as it will become mostly cloudy. And once again, even in the Orange area, you'll drop on down to around 60, 62 coming out for tomorrow morning after a daytime high today in the lower to middle 70s. Tomorrow we're looking at mid to upper 70s across southeast Texas. A little bit warmer coming up for tomorrow. So not a bad evening out there. A little bit of a coolish feeling, and of course our camera here in Beaumont, as we started out with earlier, lots of clouds. All right, let's take a look at your weather headlines. Mostly cloudy, some patches of fog possible toward daybreak, especially if the winds relax a little bit more. It's going to be a windy Wednesday. We had some gusts today up to 20, 23. Be the same tomorrow, a bit breezy, and temperatures will be pretty close to 80 coming up as we head toward, let's say, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Pretty close to 80. Cold front will move in Saturday afternoon. We could see a few showers with that. Nothing widespread, nothing heavy. There'll be a few folks seeing some showers on Saturday. The coverage around 20 to 30%. And of course, then we're going to turn a lot cooler, which we'll get into in just a moment. Right now it's 68 in Jasper, 66 in Orange, 67 Beaumont, 69 Port Arthur. Still some lower 70s in the Houston area this afternoon. And off to our east, temperatures in the mid to upper 60s across southwestern Louisiana as well. A lot of high clouds also coming in, that along with a low level moisture coming in off the Gulf of Mexico. So these temperatures, they're quite warm. They're going to be a little bit above normal tonight, then much above normal coming up before the next few nights before we start cooling down a little bit over the weekend, especially beginning Saturday night. I think Saturday during the day, even though the front will be coming in, I think it'll still be fairly warm, upper 70s, close to 80 for high temperatures. And our weather watchers this afternoon, they've reported temperatures like the rest of the area, around 70 right now, some upper 60s in a few spots, same up in the lakes area, temperatures in the 60s there. Now let's take a look at temperatures across the rest of the southern plains and the rest of Texas, and it's a hot one this evening. Laredo still at 90 degrees, 84 Del Rio, 72 in Ozona, Presidio coming in at 87, so a lot of heat to our southwest. Of course, we won't get that hot here. The Gulf of Mexico, the water is there, just too cold for that to happen, but we will be approaching 80, as I said, coming up by the end of the week. 69 over New Orleans, 61 Jackson, 56 in Tupelo. So you can see the cool air is off to our east. Off to our east, the coolest air beginning to shift on off to the east. 56 there in Tupelo, 64 Birmingham. A big difference there between Tupelo and Laredo at 90 this afternoon. That's pretty impressive. But of course, you know, their wind, you get along the Rio Grande from Brownsville northwestward, you don't get any cooling effect from the water off the Gulf. You get no sea breeze at all. So temperatures heat up, the air is a lot drier anyway across that part of Texas. Some 60s in Arkansas, some 50s and 60s across portions of New Mexico. Now temperatures will change though. Cold front comes in Saturday. We'll start cooling off probably in the 40s Saturday night for lows. Yeah, Saturday night, Sunday morning 40s, Monday morning upper 30s near 40. This is Tuesday morning of next week. Some low to mid 30s up in the lakes. There could be some scattered frost, if not Monday morning, Tuesday morning for sure. I think both Monday and Tuesday morning we'll probably see some 30s for lows, especially on a Tuesday morning. We'll have clear skies. So yeah, quite a change, been kind of warm, but this isn't Arctic air. Don't see any pipe busting type cold weather. I think we're done with that, thank goodness. But you know, it's still February. You're still going to see some fronts on and off that'll get us into the 30s at night, even into early March. That's fairly common in the deep south. It happens every winter, but not, you know, certainly not every winter in March, but most winters in March, we can still see 30s for lows southeast Texas. It's happened many times. A lot of high clouds working from west to east across Texas this evening. Of course, we have the low level moisture coming in off the Gulf of Mexico as well. All right, let's take a look at Futurecast overnight tonight. A lot of clouds, temperatures dropping on down to around 60, maybe 62, may actually warm up a degree or two toward morning. That's actually what happened this morning, by the way. We actually warmed toward morning, so those winds kicked up. Pretty much the same in the lakes. Now as we head into the day tomorrow, a little bit warmer today. We were low to mid 70s today. We'll be in the mid to upper 70s coming up for tomorrow. Pretty warm. See the flow off the Gulf. We have a windy day too, 6 to 22 out of the south tomorrow. Don't really see any rain tomorrow. Now up in the lakes area, Thursday and Friday, you'll be closer to that front that's coming down Saturday. So Thursday and Friday up in the lakes, you could see a 20% coverage up there. So keep that in mind for Thursday and Friday, highs in the 70s. Tomorrow evening we'll drop on down, not much. It'll be 68 by 7. Probably looking at mid to upper 60s, by the way, for lows tomorrow night. All right, let's take a look at the upper atmosphere. Right now we're on the edge of a ridge of high pressure, kind of protecting us from any upper level storm systems. And speaking of those, the storm track is well to our north. Don't have to worry about this upper level storm like we had last week over Texas. See the storm track running from California through the Rockies into the Central Plains and Northern Plains, well to the north. So we're gonna be in pretty good shape there, keeping that storm track to our north. Then that northwest flow develops as that trough moves out, and that's what allows the cool temperatures to work on in beginning Saturday night and Sunday. Marine forecast tomorrow, exercise caution of south to southeast winds, 15 knots, gusts to 20 at times.